I started this YouTube channel about 8 months ago, and as I sit here before you, I currently have 544 subscribers, which honestly is enough to fill up an entire theater. And yet, like many of you, I constantly find myself feeling like I'm wasting my time. There's so many times I've wanted to give up on this journey, but I'm so glad that I didn't, because YouTube has genuinely changed my life. And in today's video, I want to tell you all about how YouTube changed my life and how it can change yours. But to tell the story, I need to go back to the very beginning. My name is Valerieokezie, and before this channel, I was a regular law school student running a podcast where I shared conversations about my faith walk and life in my 20s. I was mostly running an Instagram and TikTok accounts, sharing bits and pieces of my stories, and in just a year, I was able to grow a community of about 4,000 plus across both platforms. I would say that things actually started to get real in my final months of law school. Towards the ending of law school, it's usually a time where everyone is trying to apply to the top law firms. And I just laid in my bed for weeks and days thinking about what I actually wanted to do with my life after law school. I knew that I've always loved telling stories, but I couldn't deal with the uncertainty that came with chasing that path. And so I did what anyone in my position would do. I chickened out. And I started applying to these law firms, and I had absolutely nothing. No feedbacks, no calls, nothing, no email responses, just absolutely crickets. In the last months of 2024, I was led by the Holy Spirit to do something I've always wanted to do: start a YouTube channel. And I told myself one thing, that the best time to start something and fail at it is today and not tomorrow. I had to drop the embarrassment of not using my law degree fully the first year after law school, which is the expected path that anyone in my position would have taken. I sometimes laugh and tell people that I started this channel on my Lord and Savior's birthday, which is December 25th, Christmas Day. And that was where my YouTube journey started. I took it upon myself to learn how to shoot long form content, because like I said earlier, I was only creating short form content on TikTok and Instagram. I would wake up every morning. I didn't have a job, so this was literally my job. I decided that I was going to educate myself on the subject of shooting videos and telling stories. This is my YouTube notebook. I bought this notebook in January of this year. This is practical. I watched videos, I consumed content, I watched things about storytelling. I started this journey by uploading 2 videos a week, and after 3 months, I started to get burnt out because it wasn't sustainable. I did it for 3 months, and doing that got me to my first 200 subscribers, and I was so happy. I couldn't believe that 200 people cared enough to hit the subscribe button and listen to what I had to say. When I started making these videos, I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew was I wanted to share my faith walk and inspire people to live more purposefully with their lives in their 20s and while they're youths. My first ever video was me sharing my story about how God used my stutter to tell his story. But with every video, I got better. I started to take communication classes online, started practicing how to speak before a camera, and I'm going to show you the first ever practice video that I made before actually uploading a YouTube video. So let's watch that. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Valerie. So I really think that sometimes, hi guys, so I was about to go to work, and I just really got inspired to share this story. We read in Luke 10 verse 42 that, Mary, the sister of we can do this. Let's keep going. It's just practice, okay? Calm down. I took courses, I read books on communication. It didn't happen overnight, but I kept improving as the day went by. And as I got better, I started applying to places that I actually loved. And once again, I heard absolutely nothing. I remember coming back from an interview and just wondering what my life was becoming. Most of the days, I felt like an actor in a script that I absolutely had no part in writing. But here's the thing, right? Every time I applied for a job and they would ask me to show them work that I have done, guess what became my best portfolio? My YouTube channel. I will never forget this one. There was a time I applied for a job and I went for the interview, and the recruiter on the spot subscribed to my YouTube channel, and she kept complimenting my videos. But that moment changed everything. People started to reach out to me to cover events, covered their birthdays, and I took every opportunity with humility. I honestly saw it as a chance to learn. I even shot my first ever documentary for a friend of mine for her birthday at the beach. It was such a beautiful time, and I'm going to be attaching the link down below. I have a video where I basically told the whole process of how I shot the documentary, from scripting to pre-production to post-production, so you should probably watch that. After a few months, I found myself in the film space. I got an opportunity to go to a film school, and it was such an amazing experience. I took classes on sound, on cinematography, directing, producing. What I found was my experience with YouTube over the previous months had given me an edge, because unknown to me, I had practically been wearing most of the hats that happen on a film set, because I was writing my own scripts for YouTube, I was already directing my videos, producing them, handling the sound design for my videos. But now with film, I had the opportunity to learn collaboration with humility, because film is a collaborative effort. In the past few months, and by the grace of God, I have walked into rooms that I could never have imagined walking into. Life isn't perfect. I haven't arrived, and there is no such thing as arrival. I don't have all the answers yet, but I do know this. When you want to do something, give it your all. Don't look back. Just keep moving forward, keep growing. The numbers will catch up later on. Because YouTube isn't just about building a large following or building a channel. It's actually about building a portfolio of skills that will one day benefit you and the world around you. To be honest, there are still many days that I obsess over the numbers. There are many days that it feels like I'm taking my time to make videos and write scripts, and I'm just shouting into the air with nobody to listen. I guess this story is for all of us, you and I. And if you're out there growing your channel, don't stop yet. I'm going to end this video with one of my favorite quotes by one of my best motivational speakers, Les Brown. And he says, in order to do something you've never done, you need to become someone you've never been. And if you're scared to start, here's my first ever YouTube video. Watch it, laugh, and give yourself permission to begin. See you soon.